As the 2027 elections get closer each day, Italy will have to decide its future. On one hand, there is the center-right coalition, formed by parties such as Lega, Forza Italia, and Noi Moderati. The leader is, of course, Giorgia Meloni, with her party Fratelli d'Italia, that has led the nation for 4 years. On the other hand, there is the center-left coalition, which includes parties as the PD, Five Stars Movement, Alleanza Verdi Sinistra, and other smaller parties. The leader is, well, yeah, you get the vibe. We don't know yet. Who will take the throne of the coalition? That's a great question, and maybe it's too early to answer it, but we do have some candidates that could be the winner of this race. Let's see who they are. First of all, we have Elly Schlein. Elly Schlein is the leader of the Democratic Party, also known as the PD, a center-left party. She comes from the left of the party, and she wants to build a large coalition of left-to-center parties, known as the Campo Largo. She's pro-EU, arguing that we need stronger cooperation between member states. She wants to abolish the veto and has many times described herself as a European federalist. She is pro-Ukraine and pro-Palestine, criticizing Israel for its actions that are often described as a genocide. She's, of course, anti-Trump and a strong friend of Spain's leader, Pedro Sanchez. Regarding domestic policies, she's pro-renewable energy and wants a stronger battle against climate change. She pushes for a better healthcare system, a minimum wage, and more protection towards LGBTQIA+ individuals. Elly Schlein is often seen as a moderately charismatic leader, more understated than flashy, but effective in connecting with younger voters and activist circles. Her communication style is clear and composed rather than emotional or theatrical, which gives her credibility but can make her seem less magnetic compared to more populist figures. Here we have the political compass. Keep in mind, that's just a graph, and in real life it's more complicated, but there you have a general idea. If you don't agree, please write down in the comment where you would put it. Moving on, we have Giuseppe Conte. Giuseppe Conte is the leader of the Five Star Movement, M5S, and served as Italy's prime minister from 2018 to 2021. Before entering politics, he was a law professor with no prior elected experience, which initially contributed to his image as an outsider figure. On foreign policy, Conte has taken relatively cautious and sometimes ambiguous positions. On the war in Ukraine, he has supported Ukraine and sanctions against Russia in principle, but has been more critical than other Italian leaders about continued military aid, often emphasizing diplomacy and negotiations. Regarding the European Union, he is less confrontational than early M5S positions, broadly pro-EU today, though still attentive to national interests and critical of strict fiscal rules. On Palestine, he has generally supported a balanced stance, calling for ceasefires and humanitarian protection while avoiding strongly polarized rhetoric. As for Donald Trump, Conte maintained a pragmatic relationship during his premiership without a particularly close ideological alignment. On economic issues, Conte leans moderately left, supportive of welfare measures like the citizenship income, state intervention in the economy, and protections for lower-income groups. On social issues, he is also moderately progressive, though generally less activist in tone than more explicitly left-wing leaders. Regarding charisma, Conte has a composed, reassuring presence. He is not a highly energetic or populist communicator, but he projects calm and competence, which proved effective during crises like the COVID-19 pandemic. As for mistakes or criticisms, his governments were often seen as politically unstable, relying on very different coalitions, first with the right-wing League, then with the center-left. He has also been criticized for unclear positioning, especially on foreign policy, and for the long-term sustainability of some economic measures. Let's move on now to Silvia Salis. No, not this one.
Silvia Salis is a member of the Democratic Party (PD) and a former professional hammer thrower who later moved into sports administration and politics. She served as vice president of Italian National Olympic Committee, which gave her managerial and institutional experience before entering frontline politics. She is now the mayor of Genova. She has a modern, technocratic profile, combining sports leadership with political engagement. Her background outside traditional party structures contributes to an image of competence and renewal, similar to other newer figures in Italian politics. On social issues, she is generally progressive, supporting inclusion, gender equality, and youth participation. On economic issues, she aligns with mainstream center-left positions, supportive of public investment, social protections, and development policies, but without strongly radical proposals. In terms of charisma, Salis has a confident and energetic presence, likely influenced by her sports background. She communicates in a direct and accessible way, which helps her connect with broader audiences, though she is still building a national-level political identity.
Other names include Nicola Fratoianni, representing the left-wing flank of the coalition, Stefano Bonaccini as a pragmatic PD figure, Matteo Renzi from the centrist reformist area, Gaetano Manfredi as a civic administrative profile, and Ernesto Maria Ruffini as a technocratic outsider occasionally mentioned in leadership discussions. In the end, we don't really know. My personal belief is that either Salis or Conte will be chosen, but I could be totally wrong and an outsider will be the leader. We'll see. Thank you guys for the attention, and don't forget to write down your thoughts in the comments.